Welcome to Split the Defense.
Split the Defense.
Hey, thanks for being here. I'm producer Ted. The Avs just won in overtime, game 1 against Dallas. That was incredible. That was an incredible win. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, let's go Avs. That was incredible. I mean, the whole game for me is magnified right down to overtime. I mean, it all came down to overtime, obviously. But hey, going back to the start, the Avs, man, what a rough first period for the Avs. Dallas came out 3 goals off, screens and tips. That was tough. All the Georgie haters out there, I hope the rest of the game kind of shut you up a little bit, because we get that a lot here. We get these Georgie haters right within the Avs, the world of Avs, and people are hating on Georgie, but I've always loved Georgie. He has rough patches. He has bumps in the road, but he always seems to come back really strong after bumps in the road, whether it's a bad game, a bad period, whatever. The next game, he seems to lock it right down like he did against Winnipeg. It was 7-6 in the first game last series, and then he locked it right down. So did the Avs D. The Avs defense was amazing tonight. Some amazing plays. Josh Manson, potentially my first star of the game. Cale Makar, though, too. What a game from him. Sammy G, lots of nice defensive plays. Sean Walker, I love Sean Walker. Absolutely love Sean Walker. Gotta love Jack Johnson, of course. I mean, the whole Avs, everyone back there for the Avs tonight was incredible. Locked it right down. The second period, right after the first period, second period on, the Avs were locked down. Not to say Dallas didn't have good chances. We could complain about reffing. I could complain about reffing. Sure, both teams could. The call on Rupe Hintz for the embellishment under 6 minutes left in the game in the third period. If that happened against my team, I'd be a little bit pissed off. I'll say that. I'd be pissed off if that happened to the Avs. I think he was, yes, it was a light trip from Manson. And did he fall unnaturally than he normally would have? I guess, yeah, he did. But maybe that was because he was trying to avoid the net. I don't know. I'm not going to argue too much for Dallas right now, because go Avs, go, 100%. That was just an amazing game. My heart was racing the whole time. Overtime always gets me going. I couldn't believe it. This is Split the Defense. Normally we do the Leafs postgame. We have Webby, we have CP, but tonight it's just me, producer Ted. Normally I'm in the booth. I'm the Avs guy, and it's late right now. The other guys are in bed, so I figured I'd stay up and do an Avs postgame, especially if they won, because I'm in good spirits right now. Pretty happy to be here. Drop us a comment if you're watching. We're streaming live right now on YouTube. X, formerly Twitter. We're on Facebook, streaming live, all those places. You'll be able to find this episode along with all our episodes wherever you stream podcasts. Search up Split the Defense. And yeah, you can find all our episodes. We're here tonight. I'm here tonight, at least, talking about the Avs. Drop a comment, say hi, say what's up. Go Avs, go. Dallas, I got to say, the crowd, they were really into it at moments. And then there was times I thought they were, they weren't helping their team. I mean, that's what home ice advantage is all about. We know all about that. Denver, Ball Arena, that place is nuts. I love Ball Arena. It's my favorite place to watch the Avs play when they're playing home games. The Avs are incredible at home. It's so nice to get a win here on the road in Dallas. We've at least got a split here. If Dallas takes the next one, I'm hoping the Avs get both wins here in Dallas, obviously. And then we go home to Ball Arena and just crush them, right? Right? That's what we got to do. So the Avs tonight, McKinnon. I haven't even said Nathan McKinnon. How am I this far into a podcast about the Avalanche, and I haven't even talked about Nathan McKinnon? That's insane. Nathan McKinnon was great tonight. He didn't get a point until, I think it was the third. He got that goal. I believe it was the third. Either way, yeah, McKinnon with the goal. He got an assist. Nichushkin, a goal and an assist. Cale Makar, the goal and 2 assists. Rantanen 2 assists. He hit that crossbar in the third period. I couldn't believe that. Mikko Rantanen hitting the crossbar in the third period. A game of inches. I love that saying, and it's so true. It's a game of inches. It's a game of split seconds. It's, it's right there. That would have made it a whole different game, obviously. But hey, we got the win either way. Ranting in a few tough penalties, too, in the first period. Some of those calls I thought were pretty iffy, pretty ticky-tacky. They could have it's playoff hockey, right? It's playoff hockey. Let it go. We got a few chants, though. The Dallas crowd was chanting, ref, you suck, at points. And that's how it goes. Both teams weren't happy. So I'm not going to sit here and really complain about the refs. The refs are the refs. This is the NHL. So you watch the NHL, you know the refs suck. So what else? Lehkonen, I thought I was going to see a little bit more from him. I was a little bit worried he was going to get injured. There was a play, he went down. He blocked a shot. And then he was slow to go to the bench, and I was a little bit worried. Cale Makar, too, went down awkwardly after a big rush he made to the net, and I thought, he kind of was... He wasn't actually that slow to get up, to be honest. He got up quick, which was a nice, it rested my mind right away. But at the same time, there was still that thing in the back of my mind going, what if he tweaked something there? It looked pretty rough, to be honest, the way he went into the boards. Zachy Wheels out there doing his thing. I think one of the Dallas goals went off his stick and in, but we love Parise. My God, let's win this guy a cup, right? Let's go win Zach Parise a Stanley Cup. 39-year-old Zach Parise. Let's do it. We did it with 40-year-old Ray Bourque way back in the day. We're doing the Stanley Cup run for Zach Parise. Yakov Trenin, I saw a lot of good things from him. He took one of those penalties I thought could have gone either way. He got the stick up. Yes, that is technically high sticking. You catch a player up high, but it kind of just glanced off Buddy's helmet there. So, playoff hockey, if they could have let it slide and then make it up later if you really need to, if it starts, being unbalanced. I'm okay with a makeup call if you recognize your mistake and you can fix it in an acceptable way, then why not, fix your mistakes. But no, let's not do this. I can't let myself dive into to ref talk. We're not going to do it. I'm not going to do it tonight. So I'm talking about the Avs, obviously. I love these guys. Casey Middlestat, what an addition. The guys we picked up, not only at the trade deadline, leading up to the trade deadline, all the acquisitions we made, Duhaime, Trenin, already said, signing Parise, getting him, leading into that. Middlestat, Casey Middlestat. I love that guy. I love that he goes in. He was shooting a lot more tonight. Not that he doesn't shoot enough, but I noticed some plays where I thought he would go in and pass, and he went in and shot and just went for it. And I thought, why not, Casey? Good call. Do it, Casey. Do it. So, yeah, Casey Middlestat. Thank you, Buffalo. We gave up Bo Byram in that deal. And Bo Byram, we knew this guy's going to be a stud throughout his career. But we knew a piece had to move. Something had to move. And I'm also happy we have Casey Middlestat. So, we're in a good position right now. The Avs, Georgie. Oh, Georgie. Yeah, the Georgie haters. You gotta realize what's really going on here. This guy's a good goalie. Does he have bumps in the road? Yes. Does he have 7-goal games against him? Yes. I mean, I think all the best goalies in the world. Did Patrick Waugh ever have 7 goals scored against him? Yes. All the best goalies in the world. Martin Brodeur? Yes. All of them have had really rough games here and there. Does Georgie have more rough games than those guys? Yes. It's not comparable. Those guys are on a whole nother level. But all I'm saying is these games happen, and we can't crucify a goalie for having a bad game, a few bad games, whatever. As long as he turns it around and locks it down for the next few, and we get 4 wins. That's all we need in the playoff series. 4 wins before the other team gets 4 wins. And we can do that. The Avs can do that. We had the most goals for per game out of any team in the first round, and still do. In the second round, out of the teams that are left in the second round, we have the worst goals against per game. But the goals for per game for us is more than our goals against. So as long as we can score more than we get scored on, which we seem to keep doing, Georgie can lock it down. He can have a rough first period, whatever. And I will say it wasn't even rough on him. Those were screenshots. They were tips. They were tough plays. Not even really super at fault for any of those, I would say. So I loved what Georgie did tonight. I loved what the defense did. All the way from Georgie out was amazing. The fourth line, the third line, second line, and that top line. Man, you love to see it. Avs, I think we got a good thing going this year. I really do. I love hearing from everyone following the Avs. We had a bit of a change-up tonight. We had Chris Wagner in the lineup as instead of Kivi Ranta got shifted out when we brought in Kovalenko. the KHL player we'd signed, young kid, played a couple games in the Winnipeg series. Looked okay out there. Had a little bit of a change-up today, though. We brought in Chris Wagner. Just as Bednar said, I think keeping a few of the unanswered or the, the what-ifs, just keeping them a little more, in the bag. Keeping things locked in, as they say. And that's what the Avs were. They really were. I'll say it again. The defense was incredible tonight. They were pushing the Stars off to the side. They'd keep them to the outside, and that's what you got to do. I mean, you see these plays break in. If a player gets through and he breaks in, it's one on a goalie. That's a pretty good chance he's going to score. Rupe Hintz had one of those, and Georgie. I think Rupe actually missed the net, if I'm being honest. But Georgie made some incredible saves in overtime. Was that not incredible? Georgiev making those. What was the one? It was Seguin. He got him twice in a row. Tyler Seguin came around. The first one was kind of in front of the net. Nice play. Georgie shut it right down. The other one was way more dangerous. Actually got a pass across the net. Announcers and everyone were saying it too. If he had been the other hand, if he had been a right-hand shot, I think, or left hand, he got the puck. Didn't get everything on it, I don't think, but Georgie still stretched across to make the save. He had to be there. If he wasn't there, it was in either way. So it was nice to see Georgie get over and make that save, keep the Avs in it, keep it going. And all we needed was that goal from Miles Wood. I said to myself, and I made a note about this, I wanted to say it in the show, Miles Wood is one of my favorite players on the Avalanche. And not because of his production, obviously, right? You watch this team, you know that Miles Wood doesn't have a ton of finish, right? But when he does, and oh man, they're big goals. Like, this is huge. He had another one too. He's not in this game. I mean, he's had other overtime winners that have been huge and very clutch goals. So when Miles Wood scores, you know it's a big moment. And tonight was a big moment. Game 1 win for the Avs in Dallas. That was huge. And yeah, the note I was going to make about Miles Wood was that he doesn't normally have finish, but I love him because of the little plays that he makes. He goes harder on plays that most guys, I would say, on the Avs and maybe around the league would just kind of let roll. And he goes, no, I'm just going to get in there and do something. He's confusing the other team all the time on plays they don't think he's going to even make. No one expects this guy to, rush at this player on the penalty kill or rush into the corner when he doesn't even have him beat at all. But Miles Wood shows up anyways, gets in there, digs around, and does something and turns up a puck for the Avs. Sometimes it turns into a goal, sometimes not. It's just a possession thing. It's a hard work thing. It's the passion. I love seeing players do that. The Avs were doing a lot more of that in the third, I thought, than Dallas, leading towards the end of the game. The last 7 minutes were just tense. It was a tense last 7 minutes. Last 6 minutes were nuts. So seeing the Avs do that, staying confident, keeping Dallas to the outside, and getting big chances, and then finally in overtime converting on one was massive. That's, they stuck to their game. And again, it's not to say Dallas didn't have chances. They had huge chances in overtime in the third, but I thought Colorado wanted it more. It wasn't just the plays at the net. It was the plays away from the net, when plays that, again, normally people either wouldn't make in the regular season. You're not going to stretch out and try to get this play that, it's a 1% chance you're going to get a stick on that. Well, in the playoffs, you're going to try for that. You're going to go for that 1% and stretch out and take that risk, because not every risk. You want to play some smart, obviously, but there's certain times where they go, fuck it, and they take the risk and they do it and it pays off. And you go, this is playoff hockey. And I felt that a couple times tonight from guys all around the Avs, and more so than I saw from Dallas. I thought the Avs just wanted it more. They played harder at the net, away from the net, and they really locked it down after that first period. And that's what I love to see. I thought, I was getting messages in the group chat from Webby and CP, and they're saying, Webby's going, oh, no, not a great start. And I literally said to him, I am not fazed. This does not faze me. This is the Avs fan mentality. You know what? We get scored on a lot, sure. But do we score more than the other team? Yeah, like most of the time, yes. So was I fazed after a 3-0 first period? No, not even fazed. I was just like, whatever, let's go. Nathan MacKinnon's fired up. I know he is. You think Nate's not fired up? Do you think Nate MacKinnon is not fired up after being down 3 goals? I can only imagine. I would love to hear what he has to say in the dressing room sometimes, or just see the look on his face. If I could just look over and see the steam coming off his head, in the intermission, I think that would be enough to fire me up. I'd be like, this This guy wants us to do it. He wants to do it. And he goes, let's get this win. And all the boys go, okay, let's do it, Nate. I love to see it. I love to see the leadership in that room from, the front end, the back end, Cale Makar. Oh, my God, that guy is a wizard. He's incredible. He's so fun to watch out there. Some of the plays he made tonight that didn't lead to a goal were just so fun to watch. He had these breaks where he just rush up the ice. The stuff he does across the blue line, those little head fake moves, and gets across the blue line, gets away from a guy and gets a shot towards the net. Sometimes, obviously, that go in. I mean, he's amazing. He's on another level. They all talk about it. Nathan McKinnon calls him the best defenseman in the world. Every time he talks about him, that's how he refers to him. He's just the best defenseman in the world. Of course, there's guys like Quinn Hughes. We're going to see Edmonton and Vancouver take on each other very soon. Get that series started on Wednesday. That one starts, the late game, of course. But yeah, Avs are up 1-0. I'm happy. Producer Ted here for Split the Defense. Normally I'm in the booth, but I'm streaming live here tonight by myself. Webby and CP are asleep, obviously. It's 1:15 in the morning where I'm recording. The Avs just finished an overtime game in the playoffs. I'm stoked. Go Avs, go. Thank you for being here. Check out Split the Defense wherever you stream your podcasts. And check us out on YouTube. We've got all our episodes from the live streams after the Leafs postgame that we did all season. Did over 100 episodes of that and full episodes and everything. So check it out. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. Have a great night. Go Avs, go.
Thanks for tuning in to Split the Defense Hockey Podcast.
Split the defense.